Welcome to SynMeAEgg YouTube channel, home of two Army veterans, where we allow you to see exclusive content. Our business provides fresh chicken eggs. We keep our bees treatment free. Come on and march with us as we lead our bees with a smile and arm our chickens to hatch delicious eggs that keep you coming for more. So welcome to another episode of SynMeAEgg. And today, man, what I want to do is I want to show y'all how I make my chicken food. As you can see in there, I already poured some diatomaceous earth. I got some of this expel right here, this animal med, and this one right here, that's some oyster shells. So that's really not what it is. And this one, it has it in there. I use this right here, which helps with, the intestines and everything else. As you can see, it got a lot of healthy, natural ingredients in it. Also, I like to go get them some mealworms. And as you can see, I got this laying feed right here. And I got this feed right here that I also put inside my chicken food. I use as chicken food. And I just wanted to, give you a quick visual of it. And of course, down here, you can see that cayenne pepper, which helps with, their intestines and keep out parasites and different things like that. And of course, you see my girl Nina over there chewing on her bone, doing what she do. But I just really want to show y'all what it is and how I do this thing, because I think it's a cool process that some people need to see so that you can know that every egg that I sell, I do it the natural way, as natural as possible, which means everything that I do with the chickens, is not something that's, chemically induced or natural in the sense of it's not something that you couldn't find on the streets and you couldn't get, from your local store. So I just really want to show you what it is. Of course, I keep a bag of this right here, which is that diatomaceous earth. I really want you to see how we do this thing, man, so that you can keep up with us. And I'm also show you how I pour it up and let you see what's really going on. So watch this. So what I like to do is, as you already know, I pour up everything in this bucket that I got right here from Russell's Feed Store. And I just take my good old hands and I go in there and I just stir that bad boy up. But before I do that, because I already put some of this feed in there, I gotta make sure I add some of this feed in there. And I like to mix it up, especially because this feed right here has some extra protein in it, because one of the biggest things that chickens need is they need a heavy source of protein. And inside of it, man, it got a lot of good stuff that, help them as far as, making sure that they got everything that they need. So we'll pour it up. I pour a little bit in there, I just stir it up. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I don't have no ratio charts and measurements, because what I like to do is I pretty much go based off of how I feel like doing it. To each his own. Everybody do what they do, but this is what I do. I like to stir clockwise, counterclockwise. Now, the one thing I will say about the oyster shells, which is this, you really don't need to put too much in it, because a lot of times, one thing I've learned about my chickens, they don't go through these oyster shells as fast as much as they do with the food. They eat the oyster shells in spurts when they need it, but they more so go through the food. So You don't always have to put a scoop of this inside of your feed when you do it, because most of the time if you go look at their feeder, they have a bunch of oyster shells that sits at the bottom. That way they have it to help their gizzard out, breaking down food. So I'm gonna pour some more. First thing dropped a little bit. Then I'm gonna take this right here so you can do 1 to 3 scoops of this expel. I like to do 1 scoop because I already put some in there before. Drop a scoop in that mug like that. Put my cayenne. I just play this thing by ear, man. I just sprinkle that thing. Which, as you can see, that I got to the bottles. About all that's about gone. Then I take me a scoop of this diatomaceous earth, which the expel has some of it in it, but I like to put a little bit extra in mine. I just sprinkle some, not all in it. And then I take this other bag and pour it on top. That way now when I go back in there, it gives me a good stir. And as far as my mealworms, I don't put the mealworms inside of my feed. And the reason why I don't do that is because a lot of times when me or my son or my wife want to get our chickens to go back into the actual run area, we have to use something to get them to go back inside. So what I do is I just take this right here and I shake the bag, and when they hear that bag, they come running, and then I can get them to go back inside of their coop area so that I can lock them away throughout the day when I have to let Nina and Rex out. So this is why I don't put this in there. But it is also, it's also a good thing to have some of this right here because it helps with their protein. And one thing you know about chickens, they need protein, especially when they go through molting season, which is when they lose their feathers. I know most of y'all know that, but for the people who don't, gotta tell you that. So as you can see, this is the finished product. This is what it looks like when I'm finished. Everything is all mixed up in the inside, and it's all ready for the chicken to eat. As always, thank you for stopping through, checking out SynMeAEgg. Make sure you come back for more.